5th of July 1943, Armelini was tasked by Badoglio with dissolving the fascist militia, Milizia Volontaria per la Sicurezza Nazionale, and incorporating it into the army. After the armistice, he joined the resistance in Rome, heading the clandestine military front there from March 1944. Badoglio, Marshal Pietro. Badoglio enjoyed a meteoric rise during the First World War, climbing from lieutenant colonel to lieutenant general in only 2 years. His 27th Corps front collapsed during the Battle of Caporetto, giving rise to accusations of failure and then of a cover-up which dogged him throughout his life, as they continue to do. After serving as ambassador to Brazil between 1923 and 1925, he became Army Chief of Staff and then Capo di Stato Maggiore Generale, Chief of the Armed Forces General Staff, from 1925 to 1940. Between 1929 and 1933 he was Governor of Libya, and then from November 1935 to May 1936 he directed the war in Ethiopia, all the while still holding his position in Rome. He both solicited and received rich rewards. The king made him Duke of Addis Ababa in July 1936. His direction of military affairs was generally unimpressive. Uncharacteristically, he openly criticized Mussolini after the Greek debacle in November 1940 and lost office as a result. His deep-seated dislike of the Germans was probably only exceeded by his visceral hatred of Cavallero, in whose death he may have had an indirect hand. Appointed head of the government on the 25th of July 1943, he fled Rome for Brindisi with the king and others on the 8th to 9th of September 1943, continuing to head the rump Italian government until June 1944. Balbo, Italo. Fascist Ras, party chief of Ferrara, and one of the 4 men appointed by Mussolini to lead the march on Rome in October 1922, Balbo became first Undersecretary and then Minister of Aviation. Courageous, energetic, and charming, he made an international reputation by leading 4 long-distance training flights, including a double crossing of the Atlantic. A good organizer, he was unable to overcome deep-seated inter-service rivalries or to impose a uniform doctrine on the Air Force. In January 1934, seeing him as a dangerous rival and potential successor, Mussolini exiled him to Libya as governor. In June 1940, his plane was misidentified as a British fighter shortly after an enemy attack and shot down over Tobruk by Italian anti-aircraft batteries. Balbo Drive, a street in Chicago where he was feted on reaching America, is still named after him. Bastico, General Ettore. Bastico's 53-year military career began, like many others, with the Italo-Turkish War in Libya. After distinguished service during the First World War, he rose through the ranks during the interwar years, establishing a reputation as something of a thinking general with his book, The Evolution of the Art of War, in which he took on Giulio Douhet, who he thought had overemphasized the mechanized aspect of war at the cost of the human element. He also developed a close friendship with Mussolini. During the Abyssinian War, he commanded the 1st Blackshirt/23 Marzo Division, and in 1937 he briefly led the Corpo di Truppe Volontarie, CTV, in the Spanish Civil War. In December 1940 he was appointed military governor of the Dodecanese, and on the 19th of July 1941, Mussolini made him governor of Libya and nominal commander of the Axis forces in North Africa. Rommel, who clashed frequently with him over his logistical and strategic caution, nicknamed him Bombastico. Promoted Maresciallo d'Italia, Marshal of Italy, on the 12th of August 1942.